You don't need more motivation. You don't need another morning routine. You don't need another podcast telling you to hustle. What you really need is truth. The truth you've been avoiding. The one that's been whispering in your ears at night. That voice that tells you you are wasting time, that your days are slipping through your fingers, that you are becoming a shadow of who you could be. You feel it when you open your eyes in the morning, when you sit on the edge of your bed, staring at the floor, that heaviness, that invisible chain. It's not laziness, it's a lie you've been telling yourself for years, that you're tired, that it's too late, that maybe this is just how life is now, but that's not true. 100 years ago, warriors in Japan understood this. They knew that the greatest battle wasn't against an enemy, it was against the self, the part of you that hides, that resists, that sabotages. They called it kyojutsu, the art of deception, not the deception of others, but the deception you create inside yourself. The illusion that you have time, the illusion that you're safe in your comfort, the illusion that you'll be ready tomorrow. Let me ask you something. How many times have you said, "I'll start on Monday"? How many dreams have you buried under excuses? How many years have passed while you stayed the same? It's not your schedule that's broken, it's your spirit, because somewhere along the way, you started believing the lie that you're too tired to start, that you're too busy to change, that discipline is for someone else. But what if I told you the samurai had a method to destroy that lie? What if I told you they trained their minds, not to fight with swords, but to fight with presence? Because laziness is not the absence of effort. It's the absence of clarity, the absence of why. You can force yourself to act for a day, a week, but unless you kill the lie, it always comes back. That's why motivation fails. That's why you read a book, get excited, and a week later, you're back on the couch. Kyojutsu teaches this, that every moment you're not living with truth. You're living in fiction, a world made up by your fears, by your patterns, by your doubts, and the more you repeat it, the more real it feels. Until one day, you call it your personality. You say, "I've always been like this," and that is the death of your potential. You weren't born to be passive. You weren't made to sleepwalk through your own story. You were meant to rise, but to rise, you must stop lying. Stop saying you'll do it tomorrow. Stop saying you don't have time. Stop saying you're okay with where you are. You're not okay. And that's not weakness, that's the beginning of power. Because the moment you admit the truth, the illusion starts to crack. Kyojutsu is about confronting that illusion, looking it in the eye and burning it to the ground. Do you want to feel alive again? Then stop negotiating with your excuses. Start doing the hard thing. The first thing, the thing you've been avoiding. That uncomfortable conversation, that workout, that business idea, that journal entry, that prayer. Whatever it is, stop waiting for the perfect time. The samurai didn't wait. They didn't ask for permission to act. They lived with the awareness that death could come at any moment, and that made them precise, focused, alive. What about you? How many more mornings will you wake up tired of yourself? How many more weeks will you waste pretending you're fine? You are not tired. You are uninspired. You are not lazy. You are disconnected from your purpose. Reconnect before it's too late. This is the moment. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. Kyojutsu is not a word. It's a weapon. Use it. Look around you. Most people are asleep with their eyes open. They wake up, scroll their phones, drink the same coffee, walk the same path, complain about the same things. Then they sleep. And they do it all again, is E. That life? Is that what you came here for? There's a reason you feel something's missing. It's not just age, it's not just stress. It's the deep knowing that you've been ignoring your mission. You used to dream bigger. You used to have fire. But the world taught you to dim it, to play small, to follow the script, and now you don't even recognize yourself in the mirror. You look tired, not just in your body, but in your soul. Kyojutsu breaks that pattern. It wakes you up. The method is brutal, but it works. Step 1. Silence the noise. Get off the screen. Turn off the fake inspiration. Stop comparing. You can't hear your own truth when you're drowning in everyone else's voice. Sit in the silence. Let the truth come. It will hurt. It will show you where you've lied to yourself, but it will also set you free. Step 2. Move. Not because you feel like it, but because you said you would. That's what breaks the chain. The samurai didn't wait for the right emotion. They acted based on decision. Discipline was their path to freedom. You want to feel better? Do better. You want to believe in yourself again? Start keeping your word. To you, even in the small things. Wake up at the time you promised. Stretch your body. Eat like someone who values their life. Speak like someone who respects their own voice. Because laziness isn't cured by information. It's cured by action, by repetition, by getting back up every single day, no matter how you feel. Step 3. Train your mind to spot the lie. That voice that says, just rest a little more. It's not your friend, it's not kindness, it's a test. That's what Kyojutsu really is, a test of awareness. Can you see the trick? Can you see the comfortable story forming in your head before it becomes your reality? Because if you can name the lie, you can kill it. Step 4, face the mirror, ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Write it down, say it out loud, look it in the eye. That's where your strength is hiding. In the thing you're running from, you're not weak, you're just wounded. And wounded people build walls, but Kyojutsu is about tearing those walls down. 1 brick at a time, because behind every excuse is a part of you that still wants to live, still wants to fight, still wants to rise. Let it rise. Step 5, honor the day. Every morning is a battlefield. You either conquer it, or you let it conquer you. Get up with purpose, even if your body aches, even if no one is watching, even if you failed yesterday, because every day is a chance to rewrite the story, to silence the lie, to live with truth. You want to know why you feel heavy? Because you're carrying words you never spoke, dreams you never chased, decisions you never made. Let that go. Take a breath. Remember who you were before the world told you to sit down, before comfort became your cage. You were wild. You were sharp. You were alive. And that person is still in you. But you must choose to wake him up. Kyojutsu is the method, but you are the weapon. Use your pain. Use your regret. Use your fear. Not as an excuse, but as fuel. Every time you feel lazy, don't fight it. Expose it. Say it out loud. This is the lie. And then act anyway, because that's what breaks the pattern. Not motivation, not hype. Action. In truth. Every day. No matter what. You've been here before. You've had moments of clarity when everything made sense, when you swore you'd change, that this time would be different. But then, the days passed, the fire faded, and the lie came back. This isn't the right time. I'm too tired. I've tried before and failed. And just like that, you settled again. You gave the lie a seat at the table. You made it comfortable. You let it stay. But hear me now. This is not a life rehearsal. This is it. This moment. This breath. This hour. The samurai trained every day like war could come at sunrise, because it could. They didn't train when they felt like it. They trained because it was necessary. That's what we've lost. Necessity. We've replaced it with comfort, with pleasure, with distraction. You feel lazy is because your soul is starving. It craves purpose. It craves battle. Not war with others, but war with the part of you that quit. You need to face him. The version of you that chose silence instead of speaking. The version of you that looked away when it was time to act. The version of you that kept hitting snooze on your calling. Look him in the eyes. Thank him for surviving. Then bury him. Because the real you is ready to rise. Kyojutsu doesn't just kill laziness. It kills the identity of the lazy man. The man who blames. The man who delays. The man who makes everything about how he feels. You want to live with power. Detach from your feelings. Stop asking how you feel. Start asking what you decided. The samurai didn't move based on emotion. They moved based on principle, on honor, on alignment with truth. So if your truth says, I need to rebuild, then start. Not tomorrow. Now. Even if it's hard, especially because it's hard. Because every time you do what's hard, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Kyojutsu teaches us that deception grows in silence, but truth grows in movement. Speak truth through your actions, through your discipline, through the choices no one sees but you. Wake up when you said you would. Read the book you said you'd finish. Start the project you've been avoiding. Stretch your body like someone who still believes it has strength. Eat like someone who loves himself enough to stop poisoning his energy. Laziness isn't who you are. It's what you've been tolerating. It's a habit, a rhythm, a loop. And every time you act from truth, you break it. You break the rhythm of decay. You set a new tempo. That's how warriors are made. Not through grand battles, but through thousands of silent wins. Wins that no one claps for. But that builds something unshakable inside you. You don't need applause, you need alignment. When you live aligned with your truth, laziness dies. You don't need another course. You don't need another guru. You need to stop lying to yourself. You already know what to do. Kyojutsu is a mirror, a weapon, a vow. You vow to act in truth, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. You vow to stop postponing your purpose, to stop betraying your future for a few seconds of comfort. You vow to return to who you were before the world numbed you. You were born with fire. Now it's time to use it. No one is coming to save you. No one will fight your battles. No one will hand you the life you keep imagining. It's you. It's always been you. You can keep pretending that one day you'll feel ready, that some perfect wave of energy will come and fix everything. But deep down that you already know that day will never come, because energy follows action, not the other way around. You move, and then the strength shows up. You act, and then the clarity comes. You fight, and then you remember who you are. The longer you wait, the weaker you feel. The lie gets louder, the chains grow tighter, and your soul begins to rot. You were not designed for this kind of quiet death. You were made for movement, for challenge, for becoming. The samurai knew this. They lived with discipline because they respected time. They didn't treat the day as something to survive. They treated it like a battlefield, full of sacred moments. Every breath was an opportunity to honor the body, to sharpen the mind, to build the soul. When's the last time you treated your day like that? You're not just lazy, you're disoriented. You forgot who you are. You forgot what you came to do, but today, you remember. Kyojutsu gives you no excuses. It strips them away one by one, until only the truth remains. You've been running from pain, but that pain is your path. It's the doorway to your strength. You've been hiding from effort, but effort is your medicine. It's the proof that you still care. And if no one told you this before, let me say it now. You are not done. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. You are not broken beyond repair. You are still breathing, which means you are still dangerous, still capable, still powerful. But only if you decide to be. Decide to stop tolerating a life that feels hollow, to stop calling it normal to wake up exhausted and uninspired, to stop letting your past dictate your next step. Decide that today is different. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need to fix everything at once. You just need to act from truth, right now. Clean the room, write the page, walk the block, say the words, face the fear, lift the weight, whatever it is, do it, even if it's small, especially if it's small. Because those small wins, those quiet decisions, they stack, they rebuild you. One rep, not one step, one breath, until one day you look in the mirror and you recognize the man staring back. Not because he's perfect, but because he's real. He's no longer hiding, no longer lying, no longer waiting. He's living in alignment. That's what Kyojutsu was always about, living without illusion, fighting with truth, killing the lie, every day, with your choices. So now I ask you, what's your lie? What's the story you've been using to stay small? What's the comfort that's become your prison? Name it. Break it, bury it, and walk forward. Not as the man you were, but as the man you've chosen to become. It starts today. It starts now. It starts with you. So stand up, take a deep breath, and move. Because laziness isn't killing you anymore. You are killing it, one honest step at a time.